Hi everybody and welcome to This is the JKM Library's new book recommendation show. I'm Jocelyn Codner. I'm the Reference and Outreach Librarian here at the JKM Library, and I am super excited. All of the books that we're going to be recommending to you through this show will be found in our collection in some format. That might mean they are physical copies or potentially ebooks as well. I thought it would be fun to draw from our yearly summer reading list. The JKM Library publishes a summer reading list every year, and just to be clear, we're not expecting folks to actually read every single book on this list. It's just recommendations. All of the books on our reading list are available to the Chatham community to check out, either in physical form or ebook, and it will tell you on that list whether it's a physical book that you can check out or an ebook that you can check out. We have recommendations from all different topics and genres: literature and popular reading, science, economics, history, environmentalism, social sciences, psychology. It's a pretty long list. You can find the fully published list on our website at library.chatham.edu/summer-reading. We also have all of our past summer reading lists published there too, if you're interested in going back and seeing what we've recommended in years past. The first book I'm recommending today is Outlawed by Anna North. This book probably has the coolest cover I've ever seen. I also liked the stuff that was in between the covers too. This part, what's in here, I liked that too. Outlawed has been described as kind of like Handmaid's Tale meets a classic Western. It takes place in an alternate 19th century United States after a flu pandemic has wiped out the majority of the population on the continent. Because of this flu pandemic, society has kind of rebuilt itself in interesting ways. Reproduction holds a very important place in this society, so women are expected to get married young and have babies, lots of babies. The interesting thing is that if you're a woman, as soon as you have a certain amount of babies, you gain an enormous amount of freedom. You can divorce your husband, you have all the respect of the society, you can do anything you want. But if you don't have babies, you're a witch. If you're a woman who is not getting pregnant in the reasonably expected amount of time, people in the town will start blaming you for all of the other problems. So of course, the only thing that's to be done is to get rid of you. Unfortunately for our main character, Ada, that's what's happening. She got married, she was enjoying her life, but then it started to become clear that she wasn't getting pregnant. Luckily for Ada, her mom is a midwife and is a woman of science. So Ada knows that she's not evil, she's not possessed by dark magic. Unfortunately, she still has to flee her family and the town in order to keep the people that she loves safe. Ada's plan is to go find other women of science like her mother and do some research as to why people don't get pregnant. Because in this time period, science is not really prioritized, let's say. But before she can even get there, she runs into the notorious hole-in-the-wall gang led by the Kid. If you're someone who likes Westerns or is knowledgeable in American history and folklore, this is gonna sound familiar to you. These were kind of real people. Not in the book though. This is like totally reinterpretation of the whole thing. When Ada runs into the hole-in-the-wall gang, she's expecting them to be fearsome, cutthroat men, responsible for all manner of diabolical crimes and bloodshed. What she finds instead is pretty surprising to her. It's actually a group of outlawed women and genderqueer folks who are just trying to carve out a little slice of life in this nasty world that will be accepting and loving of them. Ada quickly joins up with the gang and starts being called Doc, and she helps the Kid and all of her new friends in the gang as they try to build out this new utopian paradise for themselves. Unfortunately, Ada's past catches up with her, and that's all I'm gonna say. Make sure you check out Outlawed. It's a really quick read, it's pretty slim. Sit down with a nice cool drink in the summer sun and have a good time. And once you read it, I really want to know what you think, so hit me up. My second pick for today's episode is Smoketown by Mark Whitaker. This is a book about Pittsburgh. This is a book about Pittsburgh. Oh my god. This is a book about Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh's history, specifically Pittsburgh's Black history. Most people, when they think about Black Renaissance, think of Harlem or Chicago. Most people forget, or never knew to begin with, that Pittsburgh was actually hugely influential when it came to Black culture and American culture as a whole. In Smoketown, Mark Whitaker examines the period of time between the 1930s and the 1950s in Pittsburgh when luminaries were gathering here and living here. People like Billy Strayhorn and Mary Lou Williams. This is a really fun historical journey that is absolutely going to teach you a ton about the city and about the country and Black culture as a whole. It also has a lot of really cool historical photos. If you are a history nerd, like the rest of us cool kids, you'll enjoy flipping through these photos and seeing who all of the musical geniuses and cultural geniuses and political geniuses were that came through here or lived here and changed our country for decades to come. If you're interested in more historical Pittsburgh stuff, be sure to check out the Instagram account PGH Then and Now. There are a ton of super interesting old photographs from Pittsburgh's history and little stories and just information about folks living their lives, like normal people living their day-to-day lives here in Pittsburgh. I find it really, really fascinating, and you probably will too. So check them out on Instagram. That's PGH Then and Now. That's all for this week's episode of Books. You can find the library on Instagram at JKM Library and on Facebook, Chatham's Jenny King Mellon Library. Again, I'm Jocelyn Codner, Reference and Outreach Librarian, reminding you that if you have any question at all, you can ask a librarian. Happy reading!